Why does it seem like your competitors are killing it on LinkedIn and you're just stuck in the shadows? What are they doing differently that's making their content stand out? How are they building a network that's generating business? And is there a step-by-step process that you can implement to catch up? The answer, my amigos, is yes. And in this video, I'm going to show you the hidden LinkedIn approach that gives your competitors that unfair advantage. I'm going to show you how you can leverage it easily, even if you've never cracked the LinkedIn code before, and how to do it all without spending a penny on ads or burning out. But first, I want to talk about why most LinkedIn users are unknowingly sabotaging their own success. Could one tiny small mistake be the reason that you're not getting the traction you deserve? The answer again is yes. Most LinkedIn users, in fact most business owners, are completely fucking disorganized. There's no strategy, there's no system, there's just a bunch of random efforts all thrown together. And they're reliving the same 24 hours again and again in a complete state of chaos. So I'm going to show you like a 5-minute segment of a talk that I did at a conference called Atomicon just a couple of months ago. And this section of my talk is going to show you exactly what you need to know about tightening up the ship and dialing things in. And a bit of a spoiler alert, the answer to all your problems probably lies in the systems that you have. Now, systems might not be sexy, but they do make money. Let's get into it.
Let's finally talk about systems, one of my favorite things, all right? We can now talk about them because we actually have a plan for mastering the day-to-day. We know exactly what we're going to do, we've got time in the diary to do it, and we know how many times we're going to do it as well. So we can start to move from self to systems, all right? And then, once we've built a system for something, we can finally start to outsource it and scale. And that might be man, woman, or machine. But a little bit more on systems, okay? Lots of people I speak to, and you might identify as one of these people, they're putting loads of effort in, but not getting much return, okay? Lots of input for minimal output. So, when things are a bit more balanced, most business owners tend to be happy, yeah? That makes sense. You get out what you put in. However, with systems, it doesn't need to be like that, because with systems, you can put a little bit of something in, and it will spit out a load of something else. So the things that you want to minimize going in, the inputs are usually time and money. You put them in and you get the maximum return on them. And the things that you want to be spat out typically are time and money, all right? So how can we design some systems that get us that really positive ROI? Now, Andrew and Pete harped on, this is second year, I actually said yes. They wanted to see behind the scenes of like our DM system. But just so everyone has an idea, you can use this pretty much with any form of outreach, okay? It's crucial to people like us. Systems give you structure. Structure keeps you organized. Being organized makes you faster and more efficient, and being faster and more efficient means you get a higher return on your time and your energy. So I think there are 5 or 6 things inside our DM system, okay? The first thing, if you don't have this and you do want to outscale it and get some of this work off your desk, which is pretty much every small business owner's plan, you want to start to build a structured SOP or a process document, okay? And that is just a list of daily actions that you or someone else can run through in priority order. So after a couple of weeks of doing these outreach techniques, you will have like some data points where you know this works, this doesn't. Put the things that work at the top and execute on them daily. Do you just get in contact straight away with anyone that downloads your lead magnet? Is that a really high ROI activity? Yes, cool, that goes at the top. Then put tick boxes next to it, and after that, you want to just have a list of where you frequently visit on the internet to save you time, rather than searching and having to click. So this is just an example of something that we've built for ourselves and give to our clients, and that's just a quick links list for LinkedIn. So straight away you can access your profile viewers, you can access your new followers, new connections, inbound, outbound connection requests, that kind of thing. And just one little document like this over the course of a year is going to save you hours. But you don't even have to build it, because I'm going to give it to you for free at the end, because I'm a really, really nice person. The next thing is a high-performing DM bank, okay? So once you've got these data points, you're going to identify things that tend to work quite well. So you want to put these into a document so you can just copy and paste them, but then tailor them to the person you're speaking to. What's the best first message that always gets a response? What questions do you ask that actually build rapport with your target market? What qualification questions do you ask that elicit good replies and bring out pain? Okay, so having all these in one place and having them centralized is going to save you hours, but no one wants to put in the initial investment of work. But after that, you can level it up even further. So you now know that these DMs work really well. Well, you can just program them as shortcuts into your phone or into your computer and tap a couple of buttons and it'll spit out a 50-word message. So every time that you come across a similar scenario that you've already been in, you can just fire that message out and move. Even better, someone else can do it for you. The next thing is very basic, and that is just a lead tracker, okay? We want to know who we need to speak to, when we need to speak to them, where they're at, all right? Are you nurturing them? Have you pitched them, sent them a link, have they booked a call? Whatever it is. And the final thing, which I think is one of the most important things, is something that I worked out. It's not revolutionary, but I'll take credit for it. That's a picture of me when I worked at a call center, clearly not wanting to be associated with the company. And I worked out that for every 20 calls I made, I would get an appointment booked, all right? Ring 20 people, only 4 of them would pick up, and 1 of them would say yes to a further conversation, which was the initial objective. Armed with that data, I can just reverse engineer the inputs to get the outputs that I want. So I can go, oh, I'll just make 40 calls and I'll get 2 meetings on average, or 60 calls and I'll get 3. And it allows you almost to be able to predict the future based on the inputs, okay? The inputs are quantifiable. So we've got 5 things inside this DM system, okay? We've got a daily workflow, so we know exactly what we're doing. It's in priority order and we can outsource it. We've got a list of important links, so we're not copying and pasting every single day. We've got a high-performing DM bank of messages or outreach techniques we know actually work, plus shortcuts so we can execute and fire them out quickly. We've got a lead tracker, so we don't miss a lead and we can always follow up on time. And we've got a KPI tracker, so we can predict the future like fucking Bostradamus.